started to reflect on that yeah, we all swim. And do you know, when you talk about swimming, you just take your baby and you throw him in the ocean. The baby will come out, you know. I remember Aaron, my mother-in-law, had a swimming pool. I can't recall how old he was. Maybe 18 months. He was walking, but he went right up to the pool and he jumped in. My mother-in-law, get him, he's gonna drown. And I just stood in the side. Sure enough, he came up, and the other brother followed, and both of them were in there, and I said, just let him go, because I believe that he will surf it, and today he's a great surfer. You know, they're good in the water. Native Hawaiians are good in the water. I know a lady friend told me that if you're having trouble with your children, yeah, especially men, and probably women too, but because Hawaiians lived in a structured environment, and if they're making trouble at home, or I don't want to work, I don't want to do school, I don't want to do this, they asked, if you think they can, put them in the military. And most of them, once they get the structure of the military, it seems like they find a value system again of being Native Hawaiian. And they know they can survive. They know, and then they become powerhouses in their own selves, I think. And I really respect the fact that when you talk about living culturally that way, and then trying to find something, because there's too much trouble that goes on today. Hila, the what do you call it, the drugs and all this stuff. So you got to try and steer your children the best way we know how. That's all we can hope for them. So hopefully, now that the space program is over, I don't know, maybe I'll go to the journey in the ocean or something. Isn't that where we're going next? We're going deeper and deeper, right? So I'm thinking, okay, what a life. You know, these children today, they're very fortunate. There's scholarships available. It's out there for them.
Well, $20,000 a year to go to college. How fortunate is that?
No,
By the time they graduate, they're in $100,000 in debt.
well, which is true, but then you have these Native Hawaiian, you know, assistance programs. You have come in here, you have the Native American. There's something that can help you, keep pushing you on. And I think that's what it's all about. Forgetting about the hot fly Sunday and say, I'll sacrifice, put that in there for college. I mean, that's how we used to think, you know.
Well, if you travel like I have, in Germany, for all of Europe, education is free, all the way up to college. They take care of your health. You're born free. When you die, you're buried free. And of course, it's taxpayers' money, but they were paying at that time 25%, but look what they're getting. The college students can live at college, and their parents can be in town. They don't pay 1 cent, because they figured an educated mind is a working mind, and they're right. Well, in America, they absolutely refuse. We're the only country that doesn't have socialized medicine nor school, you know. And what happened? All the jobs are shipped away, you know. We have virtually nothing. But the Americans seem to be happy with that. Huh?
And our youth is going to tech.
Yeah. So travel and going into the military is one great thing, because I lived 5 years in Germany, and the military person just loved living there. They don't want to come home. They try to get extended. Even civil service. My husband was civil service too. And we could stay 5 years and no more. So is the military, 3 to 5. And they would like to extend. They always put it in because it's a good life.
Yeah, I would think so. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be the first woman general when I graduated from school. Honest. My brother punched me in the mouth and said, what do you do that for? Because you could be a lesbian. And I went, what in the world is that? That's why you're not going, he said. I thought, what is that? I didn't know what that was. And I am at a girls' school, right? But I went back to my father. He said, you got the last word. I said, but you're my father. I wanted him to tell you. And I'm, oh my God, I said, I can't go in, no. Because I used to build airplanes and things. I used to do, I I had a military mom, I think, how to maybe stop, I don't know, I just used to build airplanes, I used to build carriers, the bivouacs by myself, because I used to be the only one who would be at home, while the public school, my sister and them are all in school, so I'm the only one at home, and I have to entertain myself, so I thought, I can do this, build things, you know, and I thought, oh God. So I was kind of disappointed, but I went into work at the airport, so I can truly say I helped build that reef runway. Because I started with the territorial right after I graduated from high school. I started with the territory, and we had the reef building going on. And that's why I signed, that's the first time, I'll be honest, I walked into the office and I looked and I went, oh my God, I never saw so many Japanese people in the office. And back then, we did, after the war, the advertisement for employment was AJA. You had to be of American Japanese ancestry if you wanted to apply for a job. That's what Hawaii was back then, right after the war. So many of the local people would not apply because it said AJA in the advertisement in the papers. So for me, being that I was at Kamehameha, I'd already passed the civil service exam. So I went to work at the airport because my dad kept saying, you're not ready to go out here, you know, the world. You know, I'm gonna go grow up if I don't go. I guess he was trying to protect me. But I'm really happy that I stood at the airport, because for a while I was one of the announcers for the, because back then there was no automated Pan American jet paper, you know, you had to do it, they had to call it into me and I would hit a gong and I would announce the flights going in and out. So during the Vietnam War I saw a lot, you know, these guys coming back from R&R and meeting their wives here and at the airport. We'd set up cribs and a whole reception area because sometimes the wives would fly in from the far away as the East Coast, but they don't know when their husband is coming back from Vietnam. Because R&R, it depends on when you're gonna get off the field. And then Braniff International, all these military planes used to come in, and you'd see these men get off the plane, they're dirty, they're filthy. They got their backpacks, they just got off the war zone. But they're coming in and you see this woman who runs, you know, that's my husband. I mean, it was a wonderful thing, and I thought, that's what I hear about people saying, you know, we didn't like them, they spat on them. Because I worked at the USS Missouri for these past 5 years, and I met a lot of military from around the world, and they would say, you know, they spat on us. Because I worked in retail, and if they picked up the Vietnam cap and they'd put it down, I'd walk up and say, sir, were you in Vietnam? And they'd go, yeah, and I'd reach out my hand and I'd say, thank you for serving. And they'd look at me and they'd go, you appreciate me? I said, of course I do, you're a military person, I wouldn't be here if, you know, if you weren't there. And they'd go, you know, I've lived with this, they spat on me. I mean, here's this guy telling me his story, and I'm looking at him and said, don't let that, you know, work on you. You just gotta go forward. And in fact, I went and bought the hat for him myself. He was going out the store and I bought the hat, and I said, sir, take it. And I think it may have made a turn in his life. I hope so. Because many of the Vietnamese, and so many of our military too, we need to go up to them. In church, I see this guy with a Marine thing on, and I'm going, served in the Marine. And they go, yeah, and I said, great. Thank you. And he looked at me, and it's a really, I think we all should be doing that, to say thank you. Thank you for these people, because they're important. And back home, I think that's what I missed the most when I first came here. I lived near the bases, Pearl Harbor, Schofield, Kaneohe, it's all on Oahu. And I miss seeing military, because to me, I feel so empowered by them that they're protecting our country, because visibly you can see them. You know, over here.
Yeah, they protected us at the islands anyway. We felt protected, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was just wonderful, and I think, yeah. So I think back home, I think most Native Hawaiians, we appreciate the military, we really do. And then sometimes you just talk to a youngster and say, you need to get off the island, you can't afford college, join the military, grow up. And they usually do, they grow up. You know?
I do that to my granddaughters every time I see them. Well, did you look into ROTC? Oh, I'm thinking about it, Grandma. I said, don't think about it, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh. She was just the other day over, and then that first thing out of my mouth, well, did you look into it? And I told her that I wanted her to join ROTC. Government pays, they take you, pays
Right.
for your college. And I said, it'll be wonderful, because when you're done, you will owe the government 10 years of your life, and you will travel to other countries
Yeah.
in the service. So I told her, well, I think you ought to join the Air Force so you can become a pilot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now they use women pilots. I have a friend whose daughter is
Exactly.
and she loves it.
I have a grandson. My brother is a war hero. He just passed last year. And he recommended my grandson. My daughter lives in California, to West Point and to the Naval Academy. So he goes for 1 week. How was it? Okay. Now he has to go to the Naval Academy. Go 1 week, he comes home. The father goes, so Sean, how's things going? All right. So I don't hear anything positive. What's going on? Dad, I just don't want to get up 4 o'clock in the morning and do the push-ups. Today, he's $100,000 in debt. He's got his pilot's rig, it's from Myrtle, but he still cannot be a commercial pilot, and he has to work for the hours. So my daughter called me and she said, Mom, I'm thinking of going into my 401k and paying off the thing. I said, you have to make sure your decision is correct. I said, because he chose to do this,
Yeah.
you know, and I said, you have to think about it. So she said, oh, but now he's, you know, he's a student, he's a flight instructor at Myrtle, so I hope everything works out, but I think that's an example of, now you're in debt, and he realizes, I'm in debt.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking, and I told my daughter, I said, you know, he's the one that should go to these colleges or high schools and talk to these children. Look at me now, you know, where I am, because I refused that. And I could have gone to the academy or, you know, for free. But that's the choices they make, and I think,
And then mother shouldn't bail them out. You made that choice.
yeah, that's why I told her, I said, be careful what you're doing, just think.
And you know that there's one loan that you cannot file bankruptcy.
No,
Yeah.
Absolutely,
student loans,
totally
you
not.
cannot touch them and they keep accruing.
Yep.
I know.
Oh, you know?
I do know. It was the one
They don't
thing, it
go
took me
away.
I'll
years,
tell your
it took
daughter,
me years.
tell your daughter to
Oh,
go
my husband's in the,
ROTC.
my husband's in the military, trust me, we threaten it daily. Military school now.
And the discipline, you know, they did a terrible thing when they did away with the boys have to serve in the service, because that made a lot of men out of little boys, you know.
Yeah,
They
I
did
agree
away
with you.
now,
I wish they would bring it back,
yeah.
that, yeah, I
We
do,
need the
I wish they
discipline.
would bring it back, because we lost something when they did away with it.
Yeah.
The kids today, they don't give a darn, they just don't, I'm sorry, but.
One pair of shoes. No accountability, no treasure, they don't think it's a treasure. They don't understand what it's like to go out, you know, to a big treat to do stuff like that or get stuff like that. That's why I want my children to hear it. Yeah, it's not just a joke. I had to walk 6 miles through the brush to go to school, or, you know, around here it's 3 feet of snow or something like that, but
They
that's
pick 'em up to
reality.
go
It
to
really happened. It's not a story. They're not exaggerating to make you feel lazy. It's
Yeah.
true.
We walked a long way to go to school. We went barefooted too when I was a kid. Nobody picks us up, now they're
Yeah, you
Pick 'em
didn't
up,
have a
pick 'em
minivan to
down.
drop you off at the
Yeah.
door every day.
Yeah.
unreal.
Even like going to like Dairy Queen and getting a hot fudge sundae or something, it was like a super treat.
Exactly,
You know, it's
25
like-
cents.
Yeah, I don't know how much was in my days, but you know,
Rebecca
it was
used to
like
buy
my,
it, and I
my
just
dad
used
would
to
take
buy it.
us, and it was like a treat for us to go.
Yeah, now it's
And now,
it's
you know,
no,
ice
there's no
cream.
treat. Yeah, it's like a how come we're not going?
Yeah.
Talking about that, just the other day, on MacArthur Boulevard has a Dairy Queen, right? Well, I had tried Ashley with me, and I said, I think it's time for a treat, we're ready to, they're impressed, because they've never been in a Dairy Queen according to them.
Oh really?
And I said, you like it? And Troy said, this is our secret, Grandma. Can you go to it?" And I told him, I said, did you tell your daddy? He goes, no, this is our secret. secret.
Don't tell nobody.
But I just
I know
thought
that Dairy Queen, it's been there, I remember, we had, in Liliha, at that little shack, whatever it was.
Right.
That's where we used to go. I don't know when we went, like, it wasn't even once a month, but, you know, whenever we did go, it was a treat.
There was a Dairy Queen right by the Kalihi pumping station, because when I went to Kamehameha, I walked from here to there, then all of a sudden I'm walking further and further, and I'm in the rain and whatever, because like you said, nobody picks us up. I mean, you walk, your books, you know, raincoat? Who had a raincoat? Did you have a raincoat?
No.
I don't think they existed, huh? Raincoat.
No?
Yeah, we didn't have things, I mean,
We
really,
never have
really.
trash bags either back in
Yeah,
those days, so
we really
we'll make
worked
a
our way to
raincoat,
get to
right?
school, because I felt like, I'm here because I want to be educated, that's why I was there. But I remember telling my mom, she sat me down.
And you walk this
Don't
way
say
with
that
your
to
shoes
me.
in your hand.
Just be what you
So
are.
don't get
I just
wet.
felt that was great.
I'm very impressed. Yeah, I don't think
Clothes
you
all
could kill
wet,
a
but
pig
your
to
shoes
survive.
are wet.
Yeah.
I know I couldn't.
She did it, I couldn't.
Yeah, that's wonderful though.
And you know, my mom, when she told us things, I was at a charter school at Kawaihona Okana'a'au as an educational assistant, and I was an alakahi for my kumu. And, you know, she said, Pualani, we're gonna do this with the children, because it was a carry-on of tradition. And I said, when she did it, I said, you know what, that's what my mom would tell us, but, you know, you lose it, because I was a little kid. She used to say, Pa'akava, silence your mouth. Nanakamaka, you look with your eyes. Holohekapepeyao, listen with your ears. Aikamealoha, but take in what you receive. And I think it was, when we would be there, it was you to sit, you not to say anything, and mind your business, and only the adults talk. That's the way I was raised, that you have to do this. And whatever is going on between the adults, you hush, you do not say anything. Nothing that is said in this household, if you heard anything, you're not to repeat it outside. That was just like the whole thing of being Native Hawaiian. Everything was kept within your realm. Nothing goes out. But I think to learn that, and also we had to stand tall, keep your back straight. Because I know I do that. I mean, in the office, I'm like this, and everybody's going, what's wrong with you? That's nothing. But I've learned to type. You know, my back has to be straight. I've learned that from Kamehameha, about being tall, always sitting proper. I learned how to eat. I never went in a cafeteria to eat. I never went in a cafeteria. The food was brought, we all ate family. We had a host, a hostess, a waiter, a waitress. And you had to be at least once a week, once a month. You were the waiter or the waitress. You learned how to serve. From your left-hand side, you know, it's fine dining at its best. That's what I learned at Kamehameha. In fact, there was one day I was told, you have to go to Kalihikai School today, which was a public school. I looked at my mother, and she said, yes, you and Doreen go down. I said, okay. And I told my sister, what's wrong? And she said, I don't know. We went, and they said, okay, it's time to eat lunch. And we looked, because we were looking for the tables, and we thought, who's the host and hostess? But we learned at the public school that you carried a tray. I never did carry a tray in my life. I never did. Up until my senior year, I always sat around a table and ate family style. And this is what my girls were taught, even Aaron and Adam. And I think with Veronica, when they went to Kamehameha, they now had where you take your tray and you go to the buffet line and you pick all your lunches and stuff. And I told her, but they're not teaching you anything. And she said, I know. And so I did it at home to teach them. So it worked out fine then.
Our teachers used to sit with their students, made them mind. And the teacher was law. You were talking, she come out the ruler.
That's
Right?
true. Just like when Catholic school, you get hit on the knuckles. My brothers used to say that. You get hit on the knuckles. I said, oh, the nuns used to peck right on your knuckle. Just pay attention, stand straight, you know, be alert. Anything else? Anybody else wants to contribute?
Anybody else have questions?
Life was wonderful back then. It was wonderful. You could go outside and pick the berries from the tree. You could go and find the little cherries, you know.
Well, I have to share this with you, how safe we were. And nowadays, my future son-in-law has a house in Kalihi, and he lives, of course, on the Big Island. And so he went over there to visit, do things around the house, and he fell asleep on a couch, and there's a small little dog in the house. And when he got up, he noticed that all the louvers were taken out, put down. And so in that house, my granddaughter lives there, and 2 policemen live in the same house. And so when they came home, Stan said, "What? You folks forgot your key and took out the louvers?" They said, "We just came home." And then he looked around, and a burglar was stole the computer, and he was sound asleep in the living room. And for the past few days, they've been in Kalihi putting out those 6-foot chain link fence.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine how bold they are? And he wasn't aware of it. They're so good at their craft.
Oh my goodness. Where we lived was called Bazookley, because it was all Portuguese people. And the church, the Catholic church was down there, and the Holy Ghost, which is another farm, Portuguese, it's a church, but it only has, the priests don't preside in it, only once a year when they come for the Holy Ghost Mass, that's about it. But they call it the Bazookley because all of us are Portuguese. But everybody helped one another, and I think it's when the influx of another race came into Kalihi. Because Kalihi was a wonderful place to live.
Yes.
Wonderful place to live. But now, I guess everybody goes out to where Kaiser built Hawaii Kai, when Kaiser built that. So all this, you know, and it's all about development. It's development. It's who wants to make money. And it's really sad that you ruin something that is called paradise.
But I found out that the Big Island still has the aloha spirit. Farmers market, restaurants people go to. You know, my daughter has this thing. It's 3 days. They meet on Mondays and they go to a restaurant with a friend and each buy a dish and then they share. And then on Tuesday, somebody opened this warehouse. They have paint supplies here, but they bought one of those huge pizza baking things. And so they have just tables, and we go there for a $15 pizza. Everybody sits there, and I say, I hate pizza. One time I stayed home, my daughter said, "Mom, you gotta go." So I went again. And everyone orders pizza with onions, loaded with onions. And I hate pizza with onions. And I mean serious onions, big ones. And then on Wednesdays, they go to the beach and they watch the sunset. Well, they took me there about 3 times and they said, "Now watch for the green flash." Well, it was sunset, you never saw a green flash. Cold out there, but they're drinking their beer, eating kupuna. So they're really, really kind of like we were.
Relax.
Yeah, relaxed.
Lackadaisical.
Enjoy the environment. And the houses are far apart. You know, the Hawaiians can get 300 acres on the lease. You gotta raise cattle though.
Yeah, I know. But remember, also in Hawaii, the people, if that was my land, I just put a sign, K-A-P-U, kapu. Just stay off the land, because kapu meant like taboo, you know, just stay away.
Private
And
property.
you do that, nobody bothers. Nobody used to trespass because they see kapu and they just go, okay, somebody else belongs here, you know, and that's it. There's always this honor system. As long as I saw the sign kapu, I'm okay.
That in my front
You
yard.
cannot go over there, right? Don't come over
And we
here.
listen, you know, it's like, it's right there. Somebody say, kapu, and you just go, there it is, let's
It's
go.
like no trespassing.
Yeah.
You see that sign, you just go someplace else.
That is very different back home, very different.
Now it's like, ooh, what they get for steal?
And they're bold, even when you're sleeping well. Stan does snore, so as long as he was snoring, the guy knew he can
But you know what,
get
Auntie, and
something.
nobody even know what louvers are.
Huh?
Nobody knows what louvers are.
Oh, they're windows with glass or wood.
Like the
Snap
slats,
them
Yeah.
off.
jealousies.
It's not burglar proof.
Somebody must have been very much asleep though for that to happen, right?
Yeah, Stan, I'm gonna razz him the rest of his life.
But it's
But
quiet
every time
too.
you get locked out of the house, you just take out the louvers
That's
and
what.
climb in the
I was
house.
gonna say it's kind of quiet though when you slide the glass out. Cause I remember having to, you lock yourself out together.
Yeah.
Cool.
Get in.
Oh, no.
Like you only need like take out like 4, right?
Yeah,
And you can
just enough for
climb
your
in.
body climb through and unlock the door.
And it was so funny because I called, and I called my daughter, she didn't answer the phone, and you can't leave a message because it's so filled with message that she doesn't even listen to. And so I had to get in touch with her, so I called Stan because I know he carries his phone with him. And he says, Mom, I'm putting my on because I just burst a pipe. So my son Mike gets on, and he said, Stan was digging to put this post in for the chain link fence, and he hit the neighbor's water line, the water's coming on, he's searching for the shut-off valve. He finds the shut-off valve and it doesn't work.
Oh,
So he had a mess in his hand, he had to stay another 3 days, and